Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I thought I'd share the 60-mile route that I did this morning, because I feel like although I'm doing a fair bit of riding, I'm not really sharing much of that, and I was filming today's ride anyway for some of the content. So I set off at about 9:30, slightly later than I wanted, but I wasn't going to go out in the rain at the start of the ride when I could avoid it, as I didn't want to get wet at the start of the ride and then be wet and cold for the whole ride. My plan was to head from where I live to places south of Leicester, such as Peatling Parva, and do a couple of laps around there so I could just head home once I'd had enough. And I had a couple of variations of the loop, so I wasn't completely doing the same loop all the time. I head out and do loops relatively often, but usually I head towards Market Bosworth and do laps around there. So it was somewhere a bit different today. I was wearing my Leicester Forest long sleeve top that I got last Christmas, and within the first 15 minutes of the ride someone said "Come on Forest" to me. And it was a pedestrian walking a dog rather than a cyclist. Initially I thought I was going to overheat in that jacket because it's really thick and warm, so I just had a long sleeve base layer then a short sleeve top on underneath it. And I warmed up relatively quickly in it, although there was quite a bit of wind at some point, so I was quite glad I was wearing it. I had a really nice ride on quiet roads, and I saw lots and lots of horse riders and a couple of other cyclists, including one of the Rockets and her parents. Initially the roads were really wet and quite shiny, but then after a while it kind of dried off a bit. Recently I've been using my summer bike still, and then using my commuter bike as a bit of a winter bike. Instead of my actual winter bike, because it's got disc brakes and wider tyres, so I kind of prefer it compared to my actual winter bike. But today I was still on my summer bike and I thought this junction was really bad. Whilst I've not been down here recently, over the spring I was doing the same route that the van is doing now, turning left from that direction, and I remember it being really bad then. I had a tailwind along the main road, which was nice. If I'm only doing the main road in one direction, I try to plan it like that, as well as turning left onto the main road and left off it again. I was slightly slower than I expected, so I shortened my route by a proportional amount to make the time roughly similar, because I get to the point where I've got a to-do list in my head and I think, I'd rather be at home doing that than extending my ride. At the end, it was downhill to close off the loop, and then turn around and come back up the hill. And by the time I got home, it was pretty much bang on 60 miles. Thanks for watching, bye!